Hi, welcome to the Less is More video on the coding before coding. We'll be going over several fundamental topics at a high level. Before we actually start writing any lines of code, we need a solid place to build on. Here is this video's agenda. Who we are can be a loaded topic. The system development lifecycle follows a system during its lifetime. Likewise, the software development lifecycle follows an application during its lifetime. A RACI matrix shows us who does what and when. We need a way to keep our code safe. A repository can do this and many other things. Documentation is generally disliked, but we'll show you why you should like it. So, who are we? Like many other professions, there is a catch-all term for us: programmer. Most people outside of IT will understand programmer to mean you work with computer software. It's a generalization. There are many different doctors, but we just say, I'm going to the doctor. In the IT fields, multiple terms are used for programmers, and in most cases, they infer some hierarchy. Here is a short list of titles and positions you might see used. Coders are typically just starting out and often use a scripting language. Programmers write code to obtain a specific result. Software developers understand the design of an application and work towards a bigger picture. As the developer's career progresses, they can become software engineers. They create solutions based on the relationships between systems and applications. Software architects are the visionaries who see the present and future state of the environment. They are more involved with a software's design than its actual development. The system development lifecycle is a multi-phase process covering the entire lifetime of an information system that includes hardware and software. Its development phase is the beginning of the software development lifecycle. There are two common approaches to software development: the waterfall model and the agile principles. The waterfall model requires each phase to be completed before starting the next. The agile way is iterative and incremental, which allows for feedback. Each phase quickly repeats and builds on the previous work. Several agile methodologies, like Kanban and Scrum, implement the principles and more. The RACI matrix is a standard often used to define roles within a context, such as the software development lifecycle. RACI stands for responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed, but alternative roles can be used. A good rule of thumb is having only one person or group in each role per task to eliminate confusion. We need a way to keep our code safe. The simplest way is file backups, but a repository can provide version control and many other things like history and integrations. A repository also makes working with a team or others much more accessible. Here are some examples in alphabetical order: Azure DevOps, Bitbucket, GitHub, GitLab. Many programmers do not care for handling documentation, but it's essential for maintainability and collaboration. It aids with expressing your intent and working with members of your team. We'll address each form of documentation in just a moment. The process flow shows the business process that needs to be implemented. It is often used as a functionality roadmap because it directly represents what the application will provide to the end user. The screen map shows the relationship between views in the application. It is also referred to as the sitemap or hierarchical view. The input-output chart shows what the user can input and what is output to the user on a screen-by-screen basis. This helps implement the create, read, update, and delete operations, commonly referred to as the CRUD operations. The data map lists unique inputs by name and data type. The data map helps to eliminate repetition and in avoiding name collisions. It can be used to develop efficient storage models. Pseudocode is the human-readable approach to solving a problem. It enables you to organize your thoughts without worrying about syntax or the implementation details. It does not always need to be algorithmic. A high-level approach is typically enough to get started. Using these forms of documentation as a starting point will help align your thoughts so you can find and eliminate gaps earlier in the process. Remember to update the documentation as the application evolves. That was a lot. Hopefully, it can help you form a strong foundation before coding your projects. We are Less is More. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.